for pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Charles M. Pete Portwood, age 75, of Sylacauga, died July the 5th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Graveside service will be held Thursday at 11 a.m. from Evergreen Cemetery. I'll be officiating that service. Online memorials at CurtisandSonFH.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. You know, Pete was a long-time game warden in Alabama, and here from Sylacauga, and passed away at the age of 75 on Sunday. Mr. Bernie Foster of Harpersville died at Grandview Medical Center on Monday. Curtis and Son Funeral Home directing that service. And Carolyn J. Wallace, age 92, of Sylacauga, died July 4th at Sylacauga Health and Rehab. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, announcing. The station for Mr. Lee Bradford Stockdale Jr., age 72, will be Thursday from 3 until 7 at Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary. Online condolences at terrysmortuary.com. Funeral service for Kendrick L. Young, age 46. Those arrangements will be announced by Anniston Funeral Service. Mr. Young died July 3rd. Visitation for Mr. Abraham Shelton Jr. will be Thursday from 8 a.m. until noon at Armour's Memorial Chapel in Alexander City. We ask that you social distance yourself as you enter the facility, and face covering is required, no exceptions. Mr. Shelton's service is private, but will be live streamed on Thursday beginning at 1 p.m. Armour's Memorial Funeral Home, Alexander City, directing. Celebration of Life service for Dr. George E. Ricker, age 94, will be Saturday, July the 11th at 11 o'clock, First Baptist Church of Talladega, with Pastor Robert Klotz and the Reverend Jamie Baldwin officiating. The station at the church prior to the service from 10 until 11. Graveside service at Mount Carmel Cemetery in Bridgeport at 3:30. Social distancing guidelines will be observed and masks will be available. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega, directing. Graveside service for Dallas Faye Morris, age 61, of Sylacauga, today at 11:30 from Macedonia Baptist Church Cemetery, with Doris McClellan officiating. Ms. Morris died July 5th at her residence. Visitation is this morning from 10 until 11 at the funeral home. Memorial messages may be sent to family at raddysmith.com. Raddy Smith Funeral Home directing. And funeral service for Edith Carol Brown of Sylacauga is today at 2 from Raddy Smith Funeral Home Chapel, with Reverend Terry Brown officiating. Burial in the Grimes Chapel Cemetery in Sylacauga. Mrs. Brown died July 4th at her home. Visitation is today noon until 2 at the funeral home. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at raddysmith.com. Raddy Smith Funeral Home directing. Graveside service for Mrs. Annie Paul Cook, age 86, is today at 1 o'clock from Hillview Memorial Park in Alexander City. Randy Anderson officiating. The family receiving friends 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the funeral home. Mrs. Cook died July 5th at Bethany House in Auburn. She was a member of the 6th Street Baptist Church of Alexander City. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at raddyfuneralhome.com. Raddy Funeral Home directing. Johnny Earl Maxwell, age 79, died in Madison on July the 2nd. He was a member of the Munford Church of Christ and graduate of Munford High School in 1958. In lieu of flowers, a family asset donation be made to either Munford Church of Christ or to the COVID Foundation or Rainbow Omega, Inc. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega, is in charge of the arrangements. Memorial service for Ray Boot Garrett Jr., age 68, is at 11 o'clock Saturday at Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary. There will be no visitation. Mr. Garrett died July 1st, Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary directing. Celebration of Life for Mrs. Rosa Yvette Barclay, age 66, will be Thursday at 11 from King's Chapel Cemetery. Visitation will be today 2 until 4 at Sims Funeral Home in Talladega, in charge of the arrangements. These obituaries this morning brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.